You used to call me on my cell phone, late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone, late night when you need my love. 'Cause I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing.
Yeah, this is in my new album, my new record, Rediscovered, and it's a collection of songs, famous songs that you all know, but you've never heard ever this way, because I've rearranged, reimagined these songs so that they are totally personal and about my life and about universal experiences, but they are timeless, from present day all the way back to the 1930s.
Stars shining bright above you, night breezes seem to whisper I love you, birds singing in that sycamore tree, dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me, while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me.
I already have another album ready to release of my own music, but I had been asked by so many fans if I was ever going to do a collection of these very unique covers, and I just thought, well, why not? This is because the very nature of rearranging and reimagining these songs, it is about being a writer. It's about being an arranger, because they are, as I said, they are unrecognizable. They are different than you've ever heard them, and that is the skills of being a writer. That's what I use. So after this, there will be another Judith Owen album immediately, and there'll be a second volume of these two, because I enjoy it so much.
And I can imagine when you have to choose, you would have hundreds, maybe thousands to choose between.
Yes.
So how to choose I didn't count how many songs there are, but around 10, 12.
12 songs.
So how did you begin to make your big list and cut it down to 12?
Well, good question. I only chose 2 songs that I've recorded before because they're fan favorites, which is Smoke on the Water and Black Hole, Deep Purple, and Black Hole Sun, which is Soundgarden, Chris Cornell. And those are the only 2 that I brought back. And originally it was just going to be a compilation of everything I've done. And then I thought, no, that's lazy. I want to keep fresh. I want to keep bringing new things, new experiences for my audience. And so I started brand new songs and started collecting and choosing a whole new set of songs. So 12 made it on, and of those, it was those 2 songs. Then it was songs that meant a lot to me growing up, like Hot Stuff, Donna Summer, Summer Nights from Greece, Joni Mitchell, who I discovered in the late 80s. It was late, but that's the first I heard of her. And then all the way through to contemporary songs, hits of now, which is why I chose Ed Sheeran, Shape of You, Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop the Feeling, and for me, the most extreme was Drake, Hotline Bling.
Yeah, the opening song.
The opening song, and the closing song. The opening song is now, and the closing song is 1930s, Dream a Little Dream. And I think, but they're both about the same subject matter, which is how it feels to be in a one-sided relationship. Not my life now. I'm very lucky. I have a wonderful husband who is the love of my life. But before, I had a relationship that was very one-sided. I was so in love with this man. I was crazy about him, and he really wasn't that crazy about me. But still, I would wait all day, every day, all the time for the phone call that would come. I would wait weeks and then jump immediately. The phone rang, and I was the last person he would call. I knew that. He would even bring other women to my shows. So that just gives you an idea of how I tortured myself. But we have all experienced one-sided love affairs, and that's what it's the first song, it's the first video that I made, music video, which is, it looks like Hitchcock, and in every video I do, I play the different parts, different roles, different women, because this whole album is about getting under the skin of these songs and wearing them like my own skin, and so that it has been an amazing rediscovery for me too, because many of these experiences that I'm singing about, like this man, I have not thought about in years. I haven't thought about for a long time, but it brings all these things back, and it is an act of rediscovery for the audience and the listener and for me.
It turned colder, that's how it ends. I bet you told her that you'd still be friends. Do you wonder what she's doing now? Those summer dreams ripped at the seams. Oh, but the summer, summer night. Oh, but the summer night. Just need more, tell me more, tell me more. Summer night. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Summer night. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Oh, but the summer night. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Summer night.
I think that's the song that I'm most proud of arrangement-wise, and how much it's changed is Summer Nights from Greece, because I think that's unrecognizable. And most people hear me when they sing it in live. You can see the smile on their faces. They're trying to figure out what this song is. They know the words. They know it, but they don't. And it's because it's gone from being 1950s, doo-wop song to being jazz like a standard. It sounds like a torch song, like a heartbreak ballad, and it's about, again, it's about my first serious love affair with somebody I thought I would be with for my whole life. I'm glad I'm not. I mean, I'm glad that went wrong. Went wrong because I found my true partner in my husband. But he came back from being away and said, "I had an affair. I'm sorry. It didn't mean anything." Of course, I always say it doesn't mean anything. But forgive me. Can you forgive me? And I said, I will try and forgive you. But of course, I could try and forgive, but I couldn't forget. I couldn't forget. And my mind was filled with images of them together and him and what they'd done, and was he thinking about her, and how is it different from us? And it ate into me, it killed me and our relationship. And so that song is absolutely me telling my best friend about this, and the tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. It's me wanting to know nothing but everything.
Nothing but everything. Apart from that, you sound like my wife. She always tells me, I can forgive, but I can never forget.
I never forget. And that's like, we're like, the elephant. It's just, you can forgive, but these things come at a price. There's a cost to everything. When you hurt someone, when you hurt somebody's heart, it stays, and you can forgive, of course, but you don't forget.
They all came down to Montreux on the Lake Geneva shoreline to make records with a mobile, and they didn't have that much time. And Frank Zappa and the mothers were at the best place around. But some stupid fool with a flare gun went and burned the place right to the ground. And all I saw was smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. I saw smoke on the water. I saw
Arrangement-wise, do you have like a method that when Judith Owen hears a song, she wants to arrange and record from A to B? How do you do it? How do you do your arrangements? Is there a recipe?
It's exactly the same way as I write my own songs. Exactly. I sit at the piano and I sing the melody of the song, or I start with, the most important thing for me is the melody and words, and that's exactly the same as I look for in other people's songs. And I let my hands, my fingers, literally do the talking, because they will go to chords, they will go to a place where my heart tells them to go. It's very interesting. So I read the lyrics, I read them, and I find in the lyrics something that reminds me of my own life. I mean, I do what we all do. All of us read our own lives through songs. Our experience becomes connected to songs, and we all read something different into the same song. And music is the soundtrack to our lives, and I'm just taking it to a more extreme level. And so the words tell me what the sound should be, what the mood should be in the piano. And when the words remind me of an experience in my life, or how I'm feeling, or what I'm going through, or what I know, then that's how I find the atmosphere, the mood of the music. And that really is the way that I write. It is the way that I write. I am absolutely inspired by the truth that's inside me and the feelings that I'm feeling. And then the music is a direct extension, result of those feelings. So it's the same thing.
But would there be songs that you feel like covering, but the original, or maybe the cover that someone made of that song tells you, I couldn't possibly do this better or add more to it?
Well, I feel that way about all these songs. That's why I don't copy them. It's the reason I don't do the same version or just sing them as they are. You cannot improve upon the original. You can't. And you shouldn't. For me. That's just me. So I would not dream of ever doing the same version as someone has done, because that is not it for me. My joy and my desire is to find new life and new meaning, and to come from a different perspective, because I could never ever be as good as the originals. That's not it. That is not it. So I see it as being a completely different creature and a new and fresh point of view. And I have this joke that I say, I'm going to make it into a T-shirt and sell it at shows, and I'm going to have written on the T-shirt, I don't do karaoke. And that's exactly what I mean. I don't do karaoke. No.
Could you imagine the way you do the songs put into a karaoke bar, so people would
wouldn't have a clue. They would not.
So people would sing them like you do karaoke.
Listen, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm lucky because, you know, I heard back from Ian Gillan and Ian Glover, Deep Purple, that they love my version of Smoke on the Water. Same with Chris Cornell and his family. They love Black Hole Sun. The writers Hot Stuff, big fans. The writers Wild Cherry, the guy that wrote played that funky music, which I've changed to White Girl, as a thank you to New Orleans, where I live, for embracing me.
So still I kept on fighting.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Whoa.
Losing every step of the way. I said, I must go back there. I gotta go back and check if things were the same. And they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white girl. Play that funky music right. Play that funky music, white girl. Play funky music, and you play that funky music till you die, till you die, till you die.